Welcome back. Today we will be looking at Sarah Boone's crime scene body cam footage. We've been working up chronologically, covering the July 25th, 2018 body cam footage, the June 18th, 2019 body cam footage, and now February 24th, 2020 body cam footage. All of this is ultimately leading up to the interrogation, which I kind of wanted to just have this full background to hopefully try to make more sense of her answers in that and just have a different response than I did the first time I saw it. Both the 911 call and the body cam footage were obtained from some awesome channels, Rabid Dog and Transparent Tea, so make sure that you go over there, follow. Their links will be down in the description. Timestamps are below if you don't want this little side tangent, and let's get into it. So if you haven't seen the two body cam footage videos, then here is a quick little 2-minute summary of how she behaves in front of cops. Ironically, one's at nighttime and one's in the day, so you get to see both types of Sarah Boone in prime form.
Yeah, right here. Go get him. Please put the finger up the police.
So you don't want to press charges? Okay. Hands behind your back.
For what?
For battery domestic?
Me?
Both of you. You two hitting each other.
Is this for real?
This is for real.
Why am I in trouble though?
Because of
Why
the
am
marks
I in
he has
trouble?
all on his neck and the inconsistencies
That's
of
me
the story.
fighting back. Why? Because I fucking fought back? It's the same guys!
So I'm guessing you called for a reason, right?
You told me 24 hours to get a check. Okay. Don't arrest him.
Yeah, but you do realize he's here, though, right?
322. Just fucking out.
So have you been drinking?
I had a drink.
Okay.
Tattoos all over him. No shirt, gray pants.
Yeah, I'll have to. He's here.
Other one, tattoos.
Yeah, you can stay right here. You can stay right here. He doesn't know that you call. He doesn't know how to
Another
know.
black male, no prescription, large UA,
I have to.
3 white females. Collecting an area check.
What?
Why do you have to? So we left earlier. We respected your wish, I guess. Yeah, we respected your wish.
Okay, but I'm literally begging you, don't.
Yeah.
Something over here.
Here.
I know. I'm trying to keep you away from there. You're not listening.
No, don't. Have Rachel come talk to me.
There you go.
George, I'll do whatever I can.
Okay.
George,
What's your name?
babe, I had no idea.
Jesus Christ.
Babe,
Stop screaming at him. No. Go back inside. Go
George.
back inside. Go back inside. Jesus.
Do you need Jesus right now?
I don't. Just go inside and call mom and pop.
How's Henry over there talking to him?
Henry's the property manager. Why is this
What
all...
do you want me to do?
Ma'am.
I got both. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all gotta go. Okay, it's done what it's done.
Why are you screaming for?
You need anything with me?
I need you to go inside like the past 5 minutes. Goodness gracious. All right, go.
George! Babe! George! What do you need me to do?
And with that new perspective, we're going to move on to the 911 call. I want you to keep in mind that according to her timeline, she just found her boyfriend dead maybe within the hour. And obviously, none of us knows how exactly we would react because we haven't been placed in those shoes. I hope not. So we can't just make too many assumptions, but based off of what you just saw, see if you notice any differences. And Transparent Tea comes in clutch again because she found a call log where Sarah, in the whole year of 2019 until this date, had called the police 16 times on George. So she should feel right at home talking with the police and explaining everything.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, F-R-A-N-T-Z.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
That silence was loud. I think the operator was a little shocked too. It was like, you're not going to follow anything up with that cold, icy statement? Just very flat affect, point blank period. I'm sure this is a natural response in some cases, but it just, oof, it does not sound like you just found this out. It sounds like you found this out maybe 12 hours ago and reluctantly have to call the police now. And so then you're just blurting it out because there's no way to soften that. And you know it.
Fire rescue. That's the location, Mercy.
That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
47.
She said, no, please don't leave. I imagine that's Brian, because Brian said he walked in, told her to call the police, and walked right out. She's begging him not to go. But he didn't. He just waited outside for the police because he wanted to play this strictly by the book. He is the smartest person in this whole situation.
France Lane, apartment 3.
France Court.
France Court.
Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Tealwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a case and we were playing.
Ding, ding, ding. Points for Gryffindor right here and now. She said, I put him in the suitcase. See, even the lightning outside was shook. But you heard it here first. She just said, I put him in the suitcase. So all the way down the line, when she completely abandons that and says George got in there himself, she is saying right now, the closest amount of time to the actual crime, she is saying, I put him in the suitcase.
And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I know I'm going to say this a lot. What do you mean you don't know what happened? Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Because a third grader could answer this question. What happens if you leave someone zipped in a suitcase all night long? They die. You want someone else to tell you something else happened. Oh yeah, this is normal. It must be something else. No way that leaving him cramped inside of a suitcase would kill him. And what also throws me is this idea, and she's going to repeat this multiple times in the body cam footage of, I don't know if he had this happen in the suitcase or if that happened in the suitcase. It doesn't matter. Let's say something happened in the suitcase. He still died because he was in the suitcase. And if none of that happened, being locked in there the entire night would have 100% killed you regardless of what happened inside. So it doesn't really matter these alternative circumstances, because whether that happened or not, she still left him in there all night. It would be one thing if she left him in there for, I don't know, like half an hour or an hour or something where you can kind of almost argue maybe being in there for that long wasn't the reason they died. Maybe it was something else. But leaving them in there all night, it does not matter. They were going to die even if you find another thing to pin it on. Even if that was not there, the length of time that he was in that suitcase would have killed him regardless.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
Now?
Okay, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase.
I know this is a stressful time, and so definitely giving her the benefit of the doubt. But if I were the operator, I'd be like, who are you getting loud with? Did you not just call me confessing to a murder? Okay.
I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's House anyway out there?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen to me. Okay. I just need to confirm this. All right. I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me. Okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah. Okay.
But nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay. Listen to me. There's a defibrillator available. I need you to get it for me. Okay?
What is it?
You have an AED available?
No.
All right. Do you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am. Listen. Listen. Is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And he's
Right.
purple.
Okay. All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right. Okay.
She keeps saying he's stiff and purple. She doesn't sound distraught or upset or sad, even in the least, but she sounds disgusted. And she wants him to tell her, oh, if he's purple, then there's nothing else you can do. And regardless, he's going to tell you to do CPR. And you're already foreshadowing you don't want to do it.
Okay, listen. Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay? All right? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay.
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
That's the most emotion she's shown this whole phone call. And it's not out of panic or shock for George. There are no tears, no shaky voice, no any kind of extreme emotion one way or the other. Even if she secretly hated him and wanted to do this because of what he's done to her, which is what she said in the video, she doesn't even sound angry with him, mad with him. She sounds very indifferent. She ultimately sounds terrified for herself. She has not shown any concern for him. It does not seem like she is affected by his passing whatsoever. Again, everyone has different trauma responses. I understand that. However, sometimes you have to read situations for what they are, and all of her references towards him are icy, cold, detached, emotionless. She has not mentioned any bit of care for him, not wondering if there's anything that someone else can do. Even if she said she could tell just by looking at them, she's not even pretending to keep hope that maybe a medical professional could do something. And that's why you want them to hurry up, so that they can, come help you and maybe see if they can do anything. But then that would require you actually doing something yourself. But no, this is just almost like it's an annoyance for you to have to deal with.
Okay. Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
we want to pump his chest to me hard and fast, going to this twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is nothing.
She can't even pretend to do it. She doesn't want to do it, so she can't even pretend to do it. One, it doesn't sound like she's doing it whatsoever. It's been a few years since I've been CPR certified. However, you break a sweat doing it. You are doing a lot of work. Your breath is not that steady. Also, it didn't sound like she put the phone down at all or anything like that. So is she holding this while it's still doing two hands, or did she place it down? I don't know. It's just very obvious that she's not doing it. And it's because she thinks it's gross. That's the only reason I see. It's not because she's in shock. Most people, even if they know a loved one is gone, will still do CPR until the police almost have to pry them away. And that's not everyone's reaction, I understand. It's just she will not show an ounce of care towards him this entire phone call or this entire body cam scene. It is solely about her and her feelings, and it's almost like he's not even there. He's a nuisance that is in the way and that she needs to explain away.
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need to do for me, okay?
Yes. Come on, please. Hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, they're driving here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on pumping and counting.
That's right, sir. You let her know, because he is over her, and I think even the operator is suspicious of her at this moment.
I'm doing it while I'm talking to you, okay?
Okay.
Still doing it.
All right, just continue pumping his chest. Count on a second count with you.
Did y'all hear anything? I heard nothing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, ma'am, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
How many times are you going to keep saying that? They already told you they're on their way. They can't just apparate into your house. Oh, that's so annoying. We get it. You don't want to do CPR. Just do it.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me, ma'am.
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. Just don't make me count. Okay?
Right, okay, that's fine. You did a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's all right. They're getting there as fast as they can, along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1,
We were playing hide
2,
and seek.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay? We were playing
Okay.
hide and seek.
She keeps repeating that because she needs someone to agree with her and to believe it, because she knows it doesn't make any sense at all. He just told you they're on their way, they're almost there, and you're still saying, please. Again, it's not like he's still alive. It's one thing if someone's bleeding out and you're like, please get here because you need to save him. If you're not here in time, they're not going to survive. You know he's dead. You're proclaiming he's purple, he's dead. And you're still, everyone needs to get there immediately so that you don't have to deal with this anymore. So that you can say to them, we were playing hide and seek, as though that justifies any of this. I want to know, is there anyone out there who has ever played hide and seek and gotten inside a suitcase? I would say less than maybe 5 people in the entire world. So that does not explain this away.
Okay. All right, I understand. All right, just keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Please hurry. This
Right,
is
okay.
horrible. This is horrific. What happened? Like, what happened?
Okay, man, just keep on pumping his chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
Yes. I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good. And you found them in a suitcase, you said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think they're here.
All right, just keep on pumping his chest until they take over, okay?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I don't believe her one bit, and neither does he.
I am.
Okay.
Open. Come in. Can I stop pumping now?
Let them take over for you, okay?
When was the last time anybody saw him? feet. He hit another. What's it tell you?
And right here, the story already starts to change. She just said,
I put him in a case and we were playing.
I put him in the suitcase. Now it's, he hid in the suitcase. As in, he did it on his own.
Okay. But unfortunately, he's been down too long. There's nothing we can record now.
Hello, ma'am.
And so we're there, obviously.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's my boyfriend. He's your boyfriend? Okay. Does he have any kind of metaphors? No. No, not that I know of.
And that's another one of her favorite sayings. Does he have any medical conditions? Not that I know of. Even though y'all were living together for, 2.5 years, you probably would have seen or known something if there was something that serious. But, yeah, that's a mess of a 911 phone call. So to just summarize, she plainly stated to the operator that her boyfriend was dead. She already has her narrative of we were playing hide and seek. I put him in the suitcase. That's what she said. The first time she gave this story, she said, I put him in the suitcase and then I fell asleep. Now the people arrive and she's seeing someone face to face. It's he hid in the suitcase. Subtle changes like that are going to keep happening throughout this story until it's something completely other than what actually happened. Now we're going to be moving on to the body cam footage. Transparency came through again and actually found the male cop's body cam footage, which showed some different parts that we don't get from the woman's body cam footage. So I spliced in some of those parts to kind of fit the timeline together a little more and then add some lines that I think are really, really interesting. So if you see some parts repeat, that's why. It's just to show you different angles. And you also get to see the full body from the male's camera. From the woman's camera, it's very like portrait style. So seeing that body language is super interesting as well.
Hello there. Hi. You live here? Yes. Okay, I'll talk to you. We gotta get some information from the fire department.
The property manager. I don't know if I should go tell him really quick or just so he knows what's going on.
Where is he at?
He wants that way.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that for you, okay?
Can I go? I had a cigarette lit
For you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay?
I really need something to drink.
Okay,
I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter.
Okay.
It has been 30 seconds and she has already made 3 requests. Should I go tell the property manager? Can I get a cigarette? Can I get some Dr. Pepper? Your needs are not important right now. That is like mind-blowing to me at a crime scene to say, hi officers, I know a lot is happening, but can you get me a cigarette and some Dr. Pepper? Also, should I go tell my property manager over there? I think she just needs something to do with her mind and she's just trying to close as many loops as she can, because a rumor had it that before all the police arrived, as some of them were there, and her neighbors started to come out of their places to see what the commotion was about, she went around and already started planting her own story, which didn't paint it as a happy, fun-filled night that she's going to tell the cops now. But you will also see this kind of behavior in a lot of deceivers, or in a lot of cases of deception, where the person wants to get their story out first. So they will go to many people around the situation in order to already frame their story. So that way, if anyone goes and fact checks them later, they already have a narrative in mind. It doesn't mean they're always going to go with it, but to the person trying to be deceitful, they believe it is a good move that will only help them in the end, when actually it will harm them, because now the police are going to say, you told them this, but then you told us that. So which is it?
We'll take care of you. Give me 1 second.
It's Herman, too.
Put the time that you called it. You got the time you called it? Okay, perfect. You can't go back inside. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and I, we drank last night. We had a.
Can you pass this to the around to the SD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're not.
Oh, they're not leaving. Okay.
I think I'll walk around.
No. Each of them has to. Because this might be a real scene. So each of them has to put their name.
Normally
in
we all I just put everybody.
Yeah, you call it's working.
What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and
that's
I
all right.
were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, taking stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another.
Now, this is a side tangent, and this is me going on Speculation Nation. This is me just going off my own personal feeling, belief. This is not supported technically by anything, but it's my channel, so I can do that, right? So, she never actually says anything that George is good at, or like at all, any positive trait about George. That's not directly connected to her. But apparently George was an artist, and that was one of the things that he was really good at, and he really liked doing that. So she says she wants to replace the artwork on the wall. When I hear that, and I put into my conception of Sarah, and I put that overlaying this, for me, I don't think he wanted to replace his own artwork. To me, it comes off as Sarah saying, don't you want to replace this artwork on the wall? It's old, you know. You want to replace it, your artwork, with our artwork, right? You know, don't you want to see our creations here and there? Which, that's not inherently bad, that's not inherently wrong. I could also be completely off base, and this is just a feeling I'm getting that's making me have that assumption. So don't take this for anything other than my opinion, thoughts. But I feel like he wasn't allowed to even enjoy his true craft, or it was diluted, because the way she makes it sound is like we were doing puzzles and artwork, and you know, that's just like a thing that we just do as a fun date night sometimes, but not that it's like we're doing something that's actually a passion of his and partaking in that, or anything that shows he has an interest in that. And she doesn't have to do that, but I don't know what to do with that. I just said it, and so we're gonna move on.
But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night. Okay. So then it's like we decided to play hide and seek, right? Okay.
And this is where she always loses me. This story is like, okay, I guess it kind of makes sense until we get there. So we're having a good time. We're doing this puzzle. We're painting these nice leisurely activities. And now we're active, and we've decided to play hide and seek. So it's just a jump for me. Normally you would go in the opposite of doing something more active and then something more leisurely. I'm not going to judge that per se, but then there's no motivation to the action for me. If she had been like, we started drinking and then we got excited and then we decided to play this, or we got happy, or some modifier that says there's energy change in the room that makes this shift more logical. Because right now, it's just, these are not a natural progression to each other. Puzzles to artwork to hide and seek. We went from A to B to F, which is the grade I would give this story.
Right, okay. So he gets in the suitcase.
He gets in the suitcase. Now it's changed to this twice.
I put him in his case and we were playing.
He gets in the suitcase, okay?
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he lives here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys.
She doesn't even know how much of a problem that admission is. You are telling the police officers that you called your ex-husband before you called the police to the scene of your current dead boyfriend. And then you called him twice to make sure that he was on his way over. That second call should have been to the police, logically speaking. Maybe, yes, you called the ex-husband first because you didn't know what to do. Then you needed to call the police, but you called again. He said he had to go in there. He walked in, he saw the body, and told you to call 911. And only then did you reluctantly call, once you realized you weren't getting any other help out of this. And then we have that 911 call that we just reviewed, and how icy cold that was for me personally, and how it just felt detached from everything. It all felt like she did not want to be on that phone call. She did not want to admit it, and that she was forced to. And that's why you're getting that kind of disgusted vibe. She needs a better explanation for why she called this ex-husband first, for me. Because then when you set the timeline up, George was in the suitcase the night before at 11:12 p.m. The second video was at 11:23 p.m. Then there's a call log that she called Brian at 11:47 p.m. I could only hope that George expired within that 35-40 minutes, and that she was calling to confess in some way to Brian, because she was super drunk and super slurred. He says he didn't understand a single word of what she was saying because she was so drunk, and he kind of ignored it and then just hung up. That's one thing I don't know if he's telling the whole truth about. I think he might have remembered something. He may not have believed it at the time, but he needed to distance himself from it, and then apparently he deleted that call. So I think she may have said something drunkenly. He didn't give much thought to it, but he does remember what it is and just didn't tell them that that conversation happened, because then he thought that would look guilty on him, which I don't blame him. And I don't think that means that he's guilty at all. That's just like maybe the only shady thing that he has done. So that call at 11:47, and then the next day, he calls you, what, 4 or 5 times to see if you're going to pick up your son from school, because he had to drop them off, and he has to plan the rest of his day around whether you're going to get him or not, because if you don't, he needs to, and then he needs to take care of him for the rest of the day. Anyway, you finally answer, and that was the other thing. I thought that she called him. That wasn't what happened. He called her, and she finally picked up, because she admits that she ignores phone calls from him and later information. And then the one time she made a phone call to him was to check to see if he was on the way. And that's the lineup of this. That does not look good for her.
I tried giving her CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning, when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him, and I took him out, and I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing, and who zipped him up?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay.
Again, who are you getting loud with? I get it, but also, no. And it's because she's shocked she's receiving any pushback on this at all, even though this story makes 0 sense whatsoever. And it's giving this, how are you not understanding this? I'm telling you, I just fell asleep. You know, the most believable thing that could ever happen here. She's also failing to mention, and I think intentionally, that she went upstairs and fell asleep. She's going to mention it later, but right now, because she's not being asked it directly, she's not going to mention that she went upstairs. This whole thing would look completely different if she had fallen asleep on that couch downstairs. Still could have been intentional. Still would have been intentional after that video. But if she had fallen asleep on that couch, it would have almost made more sense. Okay, you were drunk. You sound belligerent in that video. You honestly didn't know, that you just passed out. But the fact that it was upstairs, that you intentionally had to climb every single step to reach the top floor, and then fell asleep, I have questions.
You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or what.
What kind of medical conditions does he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that I
didn't
know
take any
of.
medicine last night?
No.
She needs it to be a medical issue. She is trying to deflect it to any other excuse except the obvious. It, like I said before, in my belief, it does not matter even if something medical did happen in the suitcase. The fact that he was in there all night means he would have died from asphyxiation or compression regardless. Your actions that left him in the suitcase would have and did result in his death. But man, she's going to keep going down this medical train, which honestly is just more insulting to him again. Like, she doesn't preserve any of his dignity in any of this. And she does anything she can to blame it on him.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek. Mm-hmm. That's all that happened.
Okay, okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
Obviously, something else did happen. She's trying to hide that in the details, and that is clouding her mind from the details that are even more damaging. It doesn't matter if something else happened. Playing puzzles, doing artwork, the hide and seek, that is what killed him. Allegedly. That is what got him in the suitcase. That is all that needed to happen. Nothing else needed to happen whatsoever. Because those events that you are already confirming to me happened, this result was going to happen regardless. The fact that you are so insistent that nothing else happens tells me, and it aligns more than what the neighbor said, that there was a lot of arguments, a lot of shouting, and then it got real quiet. Then they heard a loud bang, and they thought it sounded like something coming down the stairs, and a big crash at the bottom of the stairs, because they share a wall. So these statements try to hide an event similar to that in my mind. Also, just so we're clear, these are all my opinions, right? We're on that same boat. Okay.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was doing CPR.
What time did you start? Probably, you give me a rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am so cotton-mouthed right now.
Ma'am, and you can't talk to him until we get done with this, okay?
Just don't leave, okay, Brian?
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I know.
Do me a favor. Stand over there by that car. Give me 1 second. Just give us a second, okay?
Somebody else on that call a break and
it's on the counter.
I can't remove anything from out of the house. Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal with, right? Sit. I don't
water. Just water.
I can get you some water, okay? Just I want you not on your feet because I don't want you passing out on me.
I need water.
Okay, I'll get some for you.
Oh my gosh, we heard you. We know you need the Dr. Pepper. We know you need water. We do not care, okay? Your needs are not the priority right now. This is not like a scene of an accident where you are also the victim. You are the last person. You need to be quiet until people ask you questions, basically. But no, you're going to beg everyone and everything for water. And now we're about to switch into the male's body cam footage just for a little bit, and it should switch back and forth here and there, just so you can see what she did when the woman officer walked away. It's a lot.
May I please have some water?
From where?
I'll drink from the spigot right here. I really need water. Like, I really need water, please.
Where's the spigot at? Yeah, that's fine.
Are you guys serious? Like, this is really bad. Just from playing hide and seek.
This is protocol, man. We have to follow.
Please, ma'am. I need water with that.
He said, this is protocol, ma'am. Yeah, we get this is awful. You don't need to tell this to us. We see this is awful. All from playing hide and seek. You have these plot points that you really want to reiterate because you desperately need someone to believe that, and no one's giving you the vibes that they are. So you're just going to keep repeating that same plot point. Hopefully it'll make sense this time. Hopefully it'll stick. And it is sticking. Trust me, it is sticking. It will not be believed because none of that makes sense whatsoever. And again, she's asking for water. Asked for it 2 more times here. We heard you. No one is going to be rushing to get you some water. This also kind of shows her expectations when she's with police, that they are supposed to drop everything to help her. She's never really been on the other side where they are instantly not believing her and instantly having her at arm's length and not really entertaining these long drawn out stories with this. Well, I mean, the woman officer, she's incredible. I think she's handling this perfectly given how bizarre all of this is. But this male officer is definitely more me of, yeah, this is wild. Go sit in the corner. I don't care what you do. We're going to be here for a long time.
Ma'am, is any of these vehicles yours?
That's mine. My dogs are in there too. I just don't want him to get out.
He's fine. He ain't going nowhere. Okay.
Okay, so you don't live here in this house?
No. I live down in Lake Renata Cove down there.
Lake Renata Cove, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me how you came here today, or...
Well, I had been calling...
Come down here, we got to talk.
I've been calling since...
You've been calling your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out, because this is supposed to be her day. So, her child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it. She tends to drink.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her at 12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette.
See, not enough people are talking about this for me. He just said she needed to go outside, have a cigarette and a drink. I don't think she ever mentions that she had a drink on that day. And she says it's her Dr. Pepper, but I don't think he would call a Dr. Pepper a drink, especially in reference to how much alcohol was consumed last night. And we all know that that was a huge talking point of everything. So maybe she did have a Dr. Pepper. Maybe there was something inside that Dr. Pepper as well. She says that they only had that bottle of wine last night. The amount of cottonmouth she is saying she has, and she is presenting, and how desperate she is for water, does not comport with just one bottle of wine. She might be saying bottle of wine in order to redirect away from maybe the vodka handle that's half gone in there, but I don't know.
I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to
Who
be
called?
there.
Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called.
Oh my gosh, we do not care. We have all heard it. We all know you need water, and we still do not care.
Give me 1 second, okay?
But I called her initially.
Do you have water in your car by any chance?
I don't think so.
My son out of school.
That's fine.
And she's already using her son as like a moral crutch. I can't stand when people do this. We already heard Brian said that he's going to go pick up their son. No one thinks you're not going anywhere, first of all. Of course, you're not going anywhere. So you bringing that up is just trying to instill in the officer, look, I'm so innocent. Look at me. I have to go pick up my son. So let's just forget this all happened.
Please, may I have some water?
Oh my
You
God.
can have some water from the spigot right here, ma'am. Come.
Can I get a glass out of the...
No, we can't touch anything out of that.
I really need, like, water. Like, Like, I really
You can scoop it up with your hand, ma'am. You'll be fine.
I know that's right. You will be just fine. Scoop it up with your hands if you are that desperate. He is not even pretending to care, and I live.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Now, I never saw this angle before. This just looks sad to a degree. Does this look like a woman who has shared 1.5 bottles of wine? And this is how cottonmouth she is the next day. And again, it's just her needs, to where she has to do this. Yikes. And I get being panicked and having a lot of emotions of that day, but come on. At least try.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called, you get over here.
I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out if she's going to be up. If that's what she told me everything's going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up in this crate. When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming, and then I got over here right after
Did you go inside and see, and then?
I walked inside the front. I didn't see the little front tile area.
Come on, step this way.
I saw legs. I didn't really want to be in there around it, so I told her.
Well, just for the sake of the crime scene, I want to know if I were to find your footprint, it would be because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make entry past the threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it was just in that. I've been over here before.
Right,
so,
right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So
I don't think. I touched doorknob. I don't think I touched anything in the kitchen. I don't know if that really matters.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're going to make a few phone calls, and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues, or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before?
I've met him before, yes. Okay. Yes, they've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you guys have called over here twice.
For the two of them?
Yeah, he's been arrested like, I think 5 times for against her, so.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with, I haven't been here personally. So they have
he's currently on parole because of it, so.
Because of domestic violence with her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, last time he got, whatever it's called, like pre-trial something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class.
Okay.
I know he was doing it, a parole officer, stuff like that. But I mean, like, every time she'd have him arrested, the next day she was trying to get him bailed out of jail. So I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's getting water from this tap. Probably going to pass out on us. Okay, well, listen, please do me. I'll make a few phone calls.
Not a problem. I mean,
where's your kid need to be picked up? How soon, though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay. Let me try and get this going for you, because I know you need that.
Overall, Brian's interview seemed very truthful and honest. Some people think that he's way more relaxed than he should be, but that is kind of a more natural response to some traumatic events. You know, may look in a more apathetic or even lighthearted sense just because it's trying to balance out what they're taking in. And that's more understandable to people who are not the direct two parties, someone who's like an ancillary character who comes into all this. He also has some weird tension between them, obviously, because they were together while Sarah and George were together while they were still technically married, Brian and Sarah, and they were going through separation until they finally had a divorce. So I'm sure he feels not, the best about George, but it seems like he feels absolutely neutral towards him. It doesn't really seem like he's sad he's gone, which I understand, I guess, but he doesn't seem rageful or anything like that. I don't know. I feel bad for him and his son and what they have to go through, but It seems like he's trying his best. Now, what we are about to get into, it's going back to the male body cam footage. I want you to hear this first line. So I'm literally going to play like 2 seconds and then pause again. Shocker. But really hear and take in this line.
Basically a dead woman. Scrambling. From playing hide and seek.
I boosted the volume as much as I could, but she said, "I'm basically a dead woman. His family. From playing hide and seek." She is already planting the seed of George's family is going to kill her. I can't stand this. This is probably one of the things that made me the most angry about all of this, is that she immediately tried to victimize herself and made it seem like she was going to get murdered at the crime scene of a murder that she committed. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? George is dead and all you can think about is his family murdering you because you murdered him.
Spell it for me.
Torres.
And his first name?
George, Jorge. Jorge.
J.
O-R-G-E.
His birth date?
2/13/78.
And this is the boyfriend?
Yes.
How long?
3.5 years.
Living together that whole time?
Yes.
Okay. And your last name?
Boone.
Spell it.
B-O-O-N-E.
First name?
Sarah. S-A-R-A-H.
Birth date?
10/10/77.
So, you've had a second to kind of collect yourself. Tell it to me again. You guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine.
Putting puzzles together, doing artwork.
Doing puzzles, artwork. Okay.
Had a bottle of wine and then decided to play hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets...
What time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by like, what, 12:30?
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep.
Okay.
Forgetting that he was in the
suitcase. So you guys were playing the hide and go seek?
Yes.
And at some point you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. Squirm a little bit, whatever it is.
I'm sorry, what was that? Zip him up and make him squirm or whatever it is? You just showed, so you did it intentionally, right up front. So at the very beginning in the 911 phone call, you said,
I put him in the suitcase and we were playing.
I put him in the suitcase. Now you're saying, make him squirm a little or whatever it is. And the word squirm is like, you know that someone is in discomfort and not in a good space when you say they are squirming somewhere. No one happily squirms places, normally. I don't think anywhere. So it shows that you already had the intention of him not enjoying himself in there. And you said make him squirm as in you wanted him to be afraid that you wouldn't let him out. And then you didn't let him out.
But then I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where it is.
In it. Right down there?
Yes. Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep, forgetting that he was in the suitcase.
You guys were playing the hide and go seek?
Yes.
And at some point you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase, so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you, and I'll zip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. But then I fell asleep.
Now, this is just me being petty, but the fact that she has 1 foot on the concrete and 1 foot on the ground just makes me uneasy. I don't know why. It just feels a little unhinged, off-kiltered. I would pick one or the other, me personally. But, I mean, I get it. She's not focused on any of that and, whatever. But I'm just like, that just feels uncomfortable to me.
Right where it is.
Right down there.
Yes.
You zipped him in there.
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep at?
Upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Another horrible admission for her defense. Why did you go upstairs? To this day, she has never answered that question. Why did you go upstairs and leave him there? If she had just fallen asleep on that couch, probably would have had a better defense.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. Zipped him in there.
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We were laughing about it. And then I fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep at?
Upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back downstairs?
This morning? Or this afternoon, yes, when I got
ballpark,
up.
what time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but
Another bad admission. Should have said you were sleeping.
I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we have been going jobs.
Yeah, he did tell me.
Life, all that good stuff. So I just totally forgot.
So you began to do CPR on him.
That also never really made sense to me. The sudden shift into we were having this great night, and then I'm sure my ex told you all the hard things and the bad stuff that we've been going through, and that is why I forgot he was in the suitcase. I don't get what the train of logic was there.
Yes. Yes.
About
And he
what
gurgled.
time this morning
Like he
did you
gurgled.
start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was afternoon because I was awake, but then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is, and I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase, and he wasn't moving, nothing was happening, so I unzipped him, took him out and started doing CPR on him. He was on his way over here. I called you when he got here.
Once he got here, you called us?
Yes.
Okay.
And air was coming out, and he was gurgling, but I could just tell by looking at him.
But you knew how to do CPR? You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person that was on the phone with me also, I counted with him doing.
And he's got.
Yeah, and we know that was like pulling teeth. But she's saying it to save face of like, I did do the CPR. Such flat affect. But this gives us insight into how she's going to proceed in this. She is going to say things in a context that they weren't in when it happened. So she's saying, I did CPR, and she'll say this continuously going forward, that I did CPR with the 911 operator where he made me count, and I was doing it again, as though she was enthusiastically trying to save him. She was done. That's why she said he was purple 16, 20 times, in order for him to say, okay, just wait until they arrive. And that way she could go cry about her story that she wanted to plant. And they're going to play that 911 call at trial. And they're going to see and hear how she sounds right at the scene of the crime versus what she is going to put on facade-wise while she's representing herself. So it'll be interesting, her battling herself from the past.
No medical. He doesn't take any medication.
I don't know. I don't know medical-wise. I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever.
And then came back downstairs.
This morning? Or this afternoon, yes, when I got up.
What time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we have been going through, just jobs,
Yeah, he did tell me.
life, all that good stuff. So I just totally forgot.
You began to do CPR on him.
Yes. Yes.
About
and he
what
gurgled.
time this morning
Like he
did you
gurgled.
start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was afternoon because I was awake, and then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is, and I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase, and he wasn't moving, nothing was happening, so I unzipped him, took him out, and started doing CPR on him. He was on his way over here.
Once he got here.
And air was coming out, and he was gurgling, but I could just tell by looking at him.
But you knew how to do CPR? You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
It sounds like she's freaking out because she left him there, not freaking out because he's dead. Again, there's no tears, there's no sadness. She's anxious. She's shaking because you can tell her heart is racing because she doesn't know if she's going to get in trouble for this. But I don't know. I question the feelings someone can have for another person when you show absolutely nothing at their death. but your own needs. The water, the cottonmouth, the cigarettes. Can I go talk to people? Everyone needs to form to me, and Brian, don't leave. No one can do anything without me knowing or without me being involved. Meanwhile, George is just in there. And it's like she couldn't care at all. And odds are, the truth is, she found out that he died last night, so the shock is probably worn off. So now it is just terror. If you ever saw the movie Hereditary, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but when the older brother and whatever happens to the sister, and then the older brother goes to the house, and then he's just waiting in the bed all night until Toni Collette comes out and gets her Oscar nominee that she deserved, but she didn't get. And that blood-curdling scream when she finds out what happens, that's the vibe I get here.
I don't know. Like, I don't know medical-wise. Like, I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever. The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol had to do with it. The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol had to do with it, but we had a bottle of wine.
Okay, all right. Here's, I want you to sit back down because I don't want
Can
you.
I have one more sip of water, please?
Yeah, go.
29 residential, audible, 1303 Island Bay Drive.
I'll do what I can to get you a cup because I don't want you to have to keep doing that.
Maintenance didn't have the proper to cancel the indication to the front door. Right to that 37 motor unit on the channel.
The cups are like right there.
Okay. 044 motor
Sit right here. Don't talk to the ex-husband right
now.
now.
I won't.
Okay?
I won't. Can I have a cigarette, please?
Ma'am, I can't take anything out of the house.
It's on the back porch.
Nope. All of it. It's secure, okay?
The fact that she just keeps shamelessly asking again and again and again, my needs, me. She is shocked that they are not bending over backwards to get her what she, quote unquote, thinks she needs. Just, oh my gosh, they are way nicer than I could ever be about it. And then you see that as soon as she doesn't hear the answer that she wants, she instantly disengages from the conversation and turns her head like she's a 2-year-old who didn't get the candy bar that they wanted. Just, this is a crime scene, Ms. Boone. I don't know if you knew that yet, but Jesus Christ.
I'll try my best to get you what you need, okay? Maybe one of these deputies has a pack from someone, you know, sit down and I'll try and get you what you need, okay?
Just cut, please.
Okay. I don't want you on your feet.
You want camera still?
Yeah.
Where's the place to talk about?
Want to talk over here? It's still Boone, okay.
Yeah,
and then your first name?
Brian, B-R-I-A-N.
B-R-I-A-N. And your date of birth?
5/27/75.
And your child is in school right now. He's not here with you.
No. He's
okay.
at school.
He's in school. How old is he?
This will be a fun one to explain. He's 9. He's 3rd grade.
I can't even start with how you would explain something like this. Okay. 6th grade, you said?
3rd grade.
Third grade. 3rd grade. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So sit tight for us. I'm sorry it's so hot. Maybe the middle of that would be a good spot to stay in. So we'll take it from there. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Can I ask you, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Check to make sure my dogs are underneath the table.
Your dog is still underneath the table there.
There's 2 of them.
Are they both the same colors or
Yes.
something? Yeah.
Is it okay if I get some more water?
Sure, Lily.
Can I ask him if he has a cup in his car?
Do you have a cup in your car? A drinking cup?
I don't care if it's dirty.
Ew. Girl, you need to love yourself. I get you in a desperate situation, but I don't care if it's dirty. Ugh. Yeah, this is just more of the same mess. I'm keeping a tally. She is at 20 times that she has asked for some water or water adjacent things. I could not imagine. The first 2, maybe 3 times I get it, but the fact that she is relentless about it. It's like me, why has no one paid attention to me? And it would be one thing if you were sitting there for a whole hour and then they didn't come back or do something like that. This is all within minutes. Within minutes. And it's just like the way she was complaining on the 911 call when they're like, they're on their way, they're almost there. And she's like, hurry, get there. As though you yelling is going to make time speed up or make them just appear. Same thing with the water. Everyone, she keeps asking, so everyone put stuff down. Why? Because she's learned throughout her life that if she just keeps nagging and needling people, they will do what she wants them to. And she is starting to understand from this moment that this is not going to go the way she planned. That nothing is going to go the way she plans. But yes, let's all believe that she is not drunk, and then according to her, she is sober. Why? Because she's saying that she wasn't drunk last night. So it's impossible for her to be drunk now, unless she's been drinking after the fact, which she would never admit to.
Yep.
So what happens now? She's already nervous, but not like what you would think. Nervous about what's going to happen to George. What are they going to tell his family in terms of, are his family members going to be okay? She's thinking, what happens now to me? Because she knows she just confessed to the murder and she hasn't been arrested yet. So she is wondering, is the shoe going to drop? Are you going to let me go? I've tried to explain it away. I'm going to tell you it's unintentional, but no one is telling me if I'm arrested right now, so I will be freaking out. And the whole while completely disregarding George, because right now I literally can only think about myself and basically self-preservation, ironically.
Supervisor's going to talk to you real quick, and the detectives are going to get the particulars from you, and then we'll take it from there.
That's it?
Yeah.
She said, that's it? Then we'll be done? Then you'll just leave and we'll forget all of this ever happened? Okay, cool.
Can I ask my
Hold
former
on.
husband for a cigarette?
I'm sorry?
May you or may I ask my former husband for a cigarette?
Just stay put.
Just stay put is right. He has had it with her. She cannot stop requesting things. She has not stood still or been quiet for even a single minute. Always something has to happen. Always. And I get it, you're nervous because, yeah, you did this to him. But you look more guilty when you keep getting their attention and making it about you and bringing the attention on yourself, which then you want to deflect from later.
Am I able? Can someone ask? And then you said, wait a minute. My ex-husband buying that cigarette.
Oh my gosh, you even acknowledged. I know you just said wait, but can I get a cigarette and ask the exact same thing that I just asked again? My God, she can't not think about herself in this moment. I need a cigarette. No, you don't. You would like one. I'm sure that would be great for you. We do not care what you like right now. We care what you need. You need water so you don't pass out? Okay, cool. Grab it with your hands. Whatever, we'll entertain this. All this extra stuff, stop. Get out of here with that.
We can't let you guys communicate right now.
I know it's supposed to ask for one.
You want me to get a cigarette from him and bring it to you?
That's okay.
I could probably do that.
Ask for a lighter too? Girl, shut up. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
No problem.
I was going to have him arrange childcare.
Okay, good. For the child in school or the street. Okay.
Is my name on there yet?
No, sir, it's not. I need to get her on there too, and him.
Yes.
So they're en route already, probably?
Did anybody call?
No, you want me to call?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were calling. All right, let me get Homicide.
Now, what I love about this officer is that she's handling Sarah so well and entertaining it and being like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get you, let me get you some water. Oh, yeah, I'll go ask her for a cigarette. She gets right up on him and does nothing because that is not her priority at all. She is talking to this other officer because they have other things they need to get done. And then they realize no one actually called the homicide detective, so they need to go do that. And she's not going to be worried about this cigarette. But I can 100% bet Sarah's going to bring it up a million more times. But kudos for this officer for at least entertaining the BS.
Will somebody be able to tell me, like, what happened to him? Like, how, why?
I guess an autopsy will have to be performed after that. The medical examiner's going to come soon.
Medical comes too?
Yeah, medical examiners?
Today?
Yeah. Don't talk to anybody.
Not this property manager again. All she does is ask the same repeat questions, expecting and hoping a different answer. And this is exactly how she acts this entire trial and case. She asks the same questions a million times until you give her a different answer or until she can force a different answer, even on the smallest stuff. Ooh, this is why I can never be an officer. A million reasons. But the main one, I don't have the patience for this. I don't have the patience. I would have verbally annihilated her by now. She would be in handcuffs or I would be.
I'm not feeling really good right now.
You okay? What's wrong?
Like, I feel lightheaded.
Here we go, redirecting to her as a victim again. Now it's just going to be boom, 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 other reason to victimize herself so that you feel sorrier for her and her and her. Take more attention away from George because everyone knows the longer you pay attention to George, the worse she looks. So she needs you to see her as a victim right now and attend to her needs. I'm thirsty, I need a cigarette, I'm lightheaded, I'm all of these things. Oh, his family is going to get me. I'm a dead woman walking even though there's a dead body feet from me. But I still have to make it about me and my life because it would be awful if I died. Who cares about what happens to George?
You feel lightheaded?
Yeah. Like, is it good or bad if I lay down?
If you want to lay down, that's fine, man.
She is shocked that no one cares if she's not feeling well, that no one's trying to inquire more about if she's not feeling well or not, and that people are just really brushing her off. And so I feel like she keeps using these things, not as little tests, little testing the waters of, do you actually care about me? Are you keeping me at arm's length? So you just see the wheels turning. What is the next thing I can say to where you'll be on my side or I feel that you are giving me attention and care? Because that's another big thing for her. She always feels like people need to give her attention and care specifically, and she's not receiving that right now. So she is going to keep bringing up anything she can to force that care for someone to care about her. And they're not going to.
Just keep drinking some water, okay?
Yeah. So are we waiting for people to show up or like what do we do?
Yeah, it takes a little bit.
I am starting to lose count at how many times she is getting water. She said she was up for all of this time, but only when the police arrive, it's like she's the most dehydrated being that's ever lived. More things that aren't making sense to me. But drink your water out that nasty bottle. out of some random person's spigot. It's not hers.
In the medical examiner's office.
Do I get to talk to them?
Yeah.
I don't know if I talk to you or, like, I have, like, serious concerns. Like, who do I talk to about that?
About what?
With his family.
I wouldn't talk to anybody, just follow our instructions.
No, what do you mean?
Who do you want to talk to?
Like, I have genuine concerns, especially with having my son over here.
My gosh, I want to throw my shoe at the screen. Stop using every manipulative tactic to make it about you. You are painting his family in such a disgusting light just because they don't like you and they have good reason not to like you. And the reason she doesn't like them is because George's sister tapped that ass one time and they had to pull his sister off of her. And so she says that the family is mean to her, but what happened was she told his brother one time that George was beating her, and then his brother got into a fight with George, beat him so bad he had to have facial reconstruction surgery. So it's not like they have not defended her. It's just his sister found out that she was beating George as well, and that's when she attacked her. They also found out that she attacked his dad because at one event he didn't want to hug her or something, so she was drunk and pushed him back or something. It's just, I wonder why they wouldn't like you. And you're trying to paint them as these malicious monsters when you are the one who have terrorized their family since the moment you have walked into it. Then want to sit up here and use your son again as a pawn to elicit sympathy of, especially when I have my son over, we all know he's not coming over. Why? Because there's a dead body in there and he has a dad who lives somewhere else. No one believes that that child is going to be back over here. So you saying, oh, and then just this insinuation that not only would they harm you, they would harm your child is just so disgusting to me. When that family has shown nothing but love in this whole scenario. Even to this day, when I hear, I haven't gone through all of the interviews, but the clips that I have seen, they're not rageful towards her. They're hurt and they're mad and they're upset, but she's making them out to be like, oh, they were going to systematically kill her. No, you got confronted one time because your BS didn't take you where you wanted it to. And one thing you will notice is she backs down to women. She has used legal system so many times that she feels confident challenging men. When a woman challenges her, she steps down. So I want you to keep that interaction going on. She feels very comfortable getting loud and aggressive with men, but not towards women. So as soon as his sister beat her down and she realized she couldn't just simply call the police on her or get someone else on her, now she's in fear for her life. Give me a break.
Okay.
I'm fearful of his family.
Why?
They don't like me. They have never liked me. It's a bad situation, especially with this now. So I want you to know, and I'm telling you, I have genuine concerns about his family.
Okay.
Especially with this now, I'm sorry I've paused so many times throughout the video, but I'm just so enraged that I can't not. So, you're going to feel how you feel about it. If I talk too much, I talk too much. If you like it, you like it. But oh my God. Especially with this now, as though this is not their child that's dead in a suitcase. As though this is just a casual everyday inconvenience on oopsie daisies, why won't they forgive this little itsy bitsy mistake? It's not like I just killed your child or father or brother or uncle or anything like that. So just forgive this. I have genuine concerns. And she keeps reiterating that to the police because she knows that now they have to be on alert. She knows that if she tells them that she's fearing for her life, they can't not do something about that. They can't just ignore that entirely. So she's going to keep reiterating it again and again. So you say, oh, she is in danger. You have to see her as the one who's in danger. Her ability to conceive of this in a rational way And I understand why she needs them to believe these things and why she needs them to feel sorry for her and want to help her. But this is not about her. This is about her in the sense that we just want to know why. We do not need to know how. We know how. You know how. You keep saying, will someone tell me what happens? You want someone to tell you a different answer, to give you an explain away of, yeah, maybe it wasn't your actions zipping him in a suitcase that killed him. It has to be something else. Miss Straight A's, really? Okay.
Well, are they close by or?
They're down the street.
Okay.
I'm telling you, personally, honestly, I am scared. So I don't know who to tell that to. But I wanted somebody to know.
She keeps repeating it because she is shocked that he is not more concerned for her. Because she doesn't realize that she is not the first person to try to make a crime scene about them. He is very much aware of a redirection tactic and is not feeding into it at all. That's why he's giving no time of day to it. Because if he actually believed that she was in danger, he would inquire more.
Well, there's one of your dogs.
My dogs?
Stay right there.
Wait. She has shown more concern for these damn dogs than anyone else, especially not George. She is actually genuinely worried what could happen to those dogs, not about anything else. And she just keeps saying it like, you don't know, you don't get it, you don't get it. Oh my gosh, the way that there's so many things I want to say that I can't because this is YouTube. And the anger I feel inside over this stereotyping, it's racist as fuck and I can't get over it. And this doesn't apply to all interracial couples, but this is why interracial white partners get such a bad rap, because it comes off as this acceptance kind of thing, as this, look at me, I'm doing this, there's no way I'm problematic because this, but then as soon as there's one issue, falling back on that stereotype is the easiest thing possible. When there's something that might get you in trouble, painting them as the angry Hispanic family that's going to come after the scared little white girl with a 9-year-old son, trying to paint a very clear picture in Florida. You kidding me right now? It's just disgusting to me.
What? No, it's one of the dogs came out the back. She has two of them.
I have a deaf dog and a blind dog. Are they outside?
Is there any way we can secure them?
Martinez, are you on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The police keep asking each other if their body cams are on, and it's taking me out every time. But in my mind, it's because they want to go off on her, being like, look, we're done with this. But because the body cams are on, they know, okay, we have to calm down and placate this, da-da-da. But yeah, I've heard them say that at least 2, 3, 4 times. That always makes me laugh.
That's Tess. She's the deaf one. Where would you like us to put your dog? She'll go under the table.
No, she needs to be secured because obviously she's gotten out twice.
Can you take the dog? How is she getting out?
That's
the door
what
open?
I'm asking. Is there a cage, a leash? Is there something?
I mean, I have a leash.
Can we get a leash and tie her up?
It's in the hall tree. Lift the thing up. So, tell me please, like, who do I need to talk to about family? I'm afraid to link you now.
I will wait. I will wait until the detectives come and talk to you, and you could discuss that with them. Okay?
So tell the detectives.
Yes. They should be here momentarily.
Okay. I'm feeling really weird.
Wow, and I still don't care.
I mean, it took us a while to get here because it's pretty far from where we normally work at. So they're coming from headquarters. That's the west side of town.
But they're on their way?
They're on their way. I mean, we don't know where we are exactly right now as far as the workload for the day, but they should be on the way.
Please don't have me stand up unless I absolutely have to.
Okay.
Girl, nobody has asked you to do anything but sit still and be quiet, and you can't do that. Oh, don't ask me to stand up. Oh, I just feel so lightheaded. Oh, should I lay down? Oh, this and that. Me. Stop, please. It falls flat every time, and she's not used to that.
If it's okay with you, may I sit over in the shade?
Yeah. I think that's what my partner suggested earlier, so you can stay out of the sun. I'm trying to stay out of the sun myself. There you go. It's natural. You're nervous. You have your anxiety. You're scared, right?
Oh, this slick. This officer's letting on that he thinks she's the killer. That is slick. He's like, yeah, you would be nervous. You would be scared, right? Those comments are not who you tell someone that you think is just having a panic attack over a traumatic situation. It's what you say to someone that you know is about to be in hot shit, and you know that they know that. It's okay. You're nervous, right? You have anxiety. You're scared because you don't know what's about to happen. But I do.
I don't know how to explain it to you.
It's okay. You don't have to.
I don't know how to. I'm just waiting for whoever, so.
I could tell you this. I'm going to be here just as long as you are. Including my... It'll be a while. I'm welcoming this breeze right now. It's kind of warm. All right? So just bear with us.
I know.
All right?
If you could, like, give me whatever updates or anything that you know of, that's just how I work, so I know, like, kind of what...
Well, let me look at my computer, see.
He said, let me go look at my computer and get away from this winch. No, that's mean. I'm sorry. I take that back. Linda, can you erase that from the transcript? Thank you. He said, let me get away from this person because I can't be here anymore. Let me go check on this little computer. He's going to fake type and be like, yeah, we're still waiting. But that sentence right there goes overlooked, I think. Can you just tell me what updates? That's how I work. That's the only way I know how to work or whatever she said. And that's exactly how she's been with all of her lawyers. She needs her lawyers to tell her everything, every single update. That's just how she works. And so she thinks it's fine, not realizing how demanding it is to do that for someone who, no offense, can't really understand what's going on to begin with. So you asking the same thing over and over again and not understanding it every single time just wastes more people's time. But that is why she can never be satisfied with someone. And that's why in one of the letters she said, Mankiewicz, we agreed that we would call every 2 weeks, even if there was nothing important that happened. No. That is that need for constant knowing what's happening. And again, it's like, yeah, I get why you need to know, because you don't know any second the other shoe could drop, because there is stuff that's in her head that she really does not want to get out, and she wants to know what's going to come out and wants to be the first one to be able to spin it. It's my theory. I personally am very interested at her Google searches. Google searches always reveal a lot, but I want to know why specifically she kept saying unintentionally, why she kept saying this was not malicious, which, you know, she's going to do in the interview a million times. But yeah, there's stuff she wants to know because she is worried what's actually going to drop. Because what I think is, no matter all that we know, she's mad, hooping and hollering in the criminal case saying that the public knows more than she does. No, we don't. You know more because it's your life. And you don't want us to know what you don't want us to know. And you are fearful that in a trial that is all about tearing your life apart because of how you treated him, which ultimately led to his death, it's all going to come out.
We already got a detective on his way. He's on the screen. Okay.
Sarah, you get enough water? No, if you want to stay seated, I don't want you getting lightheaded. So remember I said the detectives were going to come out and talk to you and go from there. You know what I'm saying? They're here. They're going to ask you a few questions and then go from there, okay? All right.
Now we are moving into the final stage of this body cam footage, and that is the actual interview, crime scene interview, the initial interview with the detectives Chelsea and Scott.
All right, sir. My name's Chelsea. My partner, Scott.
To my understanding, you reside here?
Yes.
Okay. Is it just you,
And George.
Okay.
And I have a 9-year-old. It's 50-50 with Ryan, my former husband.
Your former husband. Okay.
Already got to plant that idea. I'm a mother and my child lives here. You say 50% of the time. This happened on a Monday. Allegedly, he was not there until that past Tuesday. So, 50-50, my ass.
But you reside here with George, and then your son lives with you, or lives, or it's 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay. So, from what
Rodriguez
has told me, she explained last night that you guys were drinking a bottle of wine, and around midnight, you decided, you guys...
12:30ish, yeah.
Okay. You guys decided to play hide and seek.
Well, we were playing hide and seek, and then...
Was your son home at the time, or...
No.
Okay.
No, with mine. With Brian.
Okay.
Decided to play, we're just stupid like that. Like,
sure.
We were putting puzzles together, we were doing artwork. You can see the puzzle that we finished in there, and then...
I like to call stuff like this convincing evidence, just like you have convincing statements where you're trying to overemphasize a point. And this is kind of a similar thing where she's like, you could see the puzzle in there. Seeing the puzzle means that what I said is truth and that the story that I'm telling you is correct. We saw something similar in the Shonda Vanda Ark case, which, if you want to talk about an evil woman, where she planted blankets and pillows in a bunk bed and told the police, oh, see, he slept up there, you know, the son that I starved and tortured to death. But you can see the pillows and the blankets. That's how you know that's where he slept, when it comes to find out that he was sleeping in a tarp in a small closet. And so similarly, it's not saying that they didn't put the puzzle together, but when you highlight those types of evidence for police, you are saying, believe the narrative I'm telling you, because there's a little part of evidence that I made sure is there, or that I am very much aware is there, so that you will check that, focus on that, and then see that that's there, thus believe the rest of my story. Sorry, that was a long story to get to a quick point.
And the artwork, and then decided to play hide and seek, just being stupid.
Okay.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too, to dip him up in there. I go upstairs.
And here's another variation. Initially it was, I put him in the suitcase. Then it was, he got in the suitcase when the paramedics arrived. Then it was, he decided to get in the suitcase when she's talking with the woman officer. Now it's, I thought it would be funny to, pause, and he was laughing about it too, meaning it was my decision and I thought it would be funny to do that. So my belief is he never wanted to be in the suitcase, especially not wanted to be zipped up. My belief is she probably tricked him and being like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if someone in a game of hide and seek did get in the suitcase, and he might have just been like, I don't know, it could have been like, well, let me see, who knows if I can fit, because you know sometimes people do that just to see if they can. So it's like, oh look, I can fit in it, and then insert this line, I thought it would be funny to zip him up in there.
Oh, I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too, to dip him up in there.
I put him in there.
I put him in a case and we were playing.
I wanted to make him squirm a little bit, or whatever it is.
Okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, you know, squirm a little bit, whatever it is.
And then I go upstairs and fall asleep.
Who zipped him up in?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I fell asleep. But then I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where it is.
At no point does the story logically make sense that he told you to zip me up. And she's not even confirming that.
I fell asleep. So this morning or this afternoon when I actually got up out of the bed, I thought for sure he was downstairs on the laptop because he was being really quiet. But then I came downstairs and I'm like, where is he? Like, that's when I found him.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. And then you weren't sure about if you woke up this morning
It was afternoon. I mean, I was
Or
awake.
this afternoon?
But I just didn't want to come downstairs. So
Okay.
I just laid in the bed for a little while. And then I eventually came downstairs and was confused about where he was. And then I was like, oh my God, he's in the suitcase still. So I pulled him out and I stretched him out and I started to try to do CPR on him. I called you guys. Well, I called Brian.
Okay.
And then as soon as he got here, which is 30 seconds down the road, I called you guys.
Okay.
And the person on the phone had me do the concussions continually still and count with him until you guys showed up.
Okay. And so as a part of our investigation, we obviously have to go inside the house. We have to look at things. Are you okay with us going in the house and looking at things?
Yes.
Okay. And forensics, so we have to have our forensics crime scene investigators come out. Are you also okay with them coming inside, taking photographs and
Whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Can I ask, is Brian, I'm sorry, George, is he diagnosed with any kind of medical history?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't take drugs. I mean, we'll have the occasional bottle of wine here and there, but I don't know, like...
That was going to be my next question. So you guys don't normally drink? You just drink once in a while, or...?
Well, I'm going to say, like, okay, I guess normal drinking is, like, we will have, like, a glass of wine or two, like, while we're cooking dinner. Sure. Here, and we'll play a board game with him. I mean, 12 games right there.
The minimization and qualifiers are so obvious, especially to the officers. And that's a common thing for people who live with alcoholism, to not being able to admit to how much you consume. It's, oh, we had the occasional bottle here or there, or, we will have a glass of wine, but it's only because there's dinner and only because there's board games, and now I'm deflecting into other activities that we do while drinking to justify the amount that we have, while also downplaying the actual amount that would make sense for any of this to happen, and to say that we're not alcoholic. Because people who live with alcoholism have to reject that in some capacity. When it gets too bad mentally, they have to reject it. So she doesn't even realize how it would benefit her to lean into that. But she will have to fight against it just because of where she is in her life living with alcoholism.
But, I mean, it's not like...
A couple of beers a day is...
Well, but I don't understand, though, like, for the little bit that we had, like, not had anything to even do with it. Like, I don't know if he had a heart attack or a stroke or an aneurysm or what happened to him. I don't know.
And were you guys together all... Okay. Here?
Yes.
Like, neither of you left the apartment yesterday?
I think he drove up to the convenience store to get cigarettes.
Okay.
But, I mean, you can walk there.
Does he have any history of consuming drugs? I know he doesn't now, because you said he doesn't, but...
I don't know.
As far as you've ever known him, you've never seen him...
No. I mean, he's from Philadelphia, and he grew up in Philadelphia, and then he went to Massachusetts, and then from Massachusetts he came down here. So I don't really know.
I mean, to be fair, living in Philadelphia can be classified as a medical condition.
Like a whole lot of, like, medical history or...
How long have you guys been together?
Almost 4 years, like 3.5 years.
You guys been living here the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. He's never been to the doctor or to the hospital during that time?
He and his brother got into a really bad argument at one point, and he had to have facial reconstruction.
She's leaving out that was the instance I was talking about, where she told him that George was beating on her. And so then they got into a fight over that, and that's how that resulted. However, again, what we've learned in the past is that she tells people a completely different story than what the actual injuries reveal. Like when she got kicked in the face because she was strangling him on the stairs and left marks on his neck, and he said he was about to pass out, so he had to kick her off. She said to the officer, "I was ragdoll. He beat the F out of me. He went off. He kept going off. So we don't know what she told him, first of all. Odds are what she did tell him was inflated from what actually happened. And again, she never lets people know if she initiated anything. So even in that argument, I'm kind of skeptical. I'm not saying George didn't do those things. It's clear that he did respond because she does have the injuries to prove it. There just isn't much evidence, if any, that I've seen that he has started these things.
But he has been in the hospital from that, and then I talked him into going to see like a regular physician so he could get just like a regular like checkup thing.
Yeah.
But there were no red flags.
How long ago was that?
The surgery or
Yeah,
the doctor?
both.
The surgery I think was at this point what, 2 years maybe, 2.5 years. The checkup was probably a good 2 years too.
Okay.
And the suitcase is still in there?
Yep.
Is it normally stored down there? Did you guys travel recently?
No, he was going to start putting some of the, what do you call it, donations in there. So that's why.
That's why it's out?
Yes.
Okay. You guys.
Okay, there we go. I have been looking for that detail because it just lost my memory for a while. They have the suitcase because they were putting donations in the suitcase and then donating all of it. I know that she said she was going to donate the suitcase. I didn't know if it was they were donating the suitcase on its own and then clothes on its own. But she just confirmed that they were donating by putting the clothes in the suitcase and then donating all of that. And the only reason I say that is because they said, or she said, that the suitcase was in their room, in their closet, in their room. How did the suitcase get downstairs with George in it? George could not have gotten in that suitcase if there were clothes already in it. So we know that. There's no clothes in the suitcase, or not many if there are any. So then how did the suitcase get downstairs? The only way that would make sense is if you took the suitcase out of the bag, took the suitcase down to the living room, and then brought the clothes that were just in the room that you were just in down and then packed them when you're in the living room. When it would make more sense to pack the suitcase in the room where the clothes already are and then take the already packed suitcase downstairs. So if the suitcase was empty because there's no clothes and there's George in it, how did we get from upstairs to downstairs? That has never quite tracked for me.
Recently traveled somewhere or anything like that?
After you zipped them up, did you move the bag around and mess with them at all, or you just zipped it up and walked away
And I both
laughing?
were laughing about it, but I went upstairs and I fell asleep.
Okay.
That is not at all an answer to the question. The question was, did you flip the bag around? Your answer is, he and I were both laughing about it, and then I went upstairs and fell asleep. Okay. Did you flip the bag? We know the answer is yes. If she didn't do it, and if she didn't know she did it, she would easily be able to say no.
But what position was he in when you put him, when he went? Was he sitting on his rear end and his head up and he just kind of bent over?
Okay, so like this is the suitcase. Like this was his head and then his knees right here and his feet were down.
So he was laying on his side?
Yes. Yes.
You just closed the flap and zipped it around?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe we were playing.
Understandably, okay.
So he said that I needed to tell you guys about his family.
And now she's redirecting to her victimhood and the family because she realizes he asked some very simple questions and you couldn't answer. So your answer was, we were just laughing and then I fell asleep. But what are you going to tell to his parents? And let me just tell you that I'm really afraid right now. And then completely shift topics entirely.
Who do I talk to about that?
We're gonna do that once we walk through and see. Yeah, we're
not
gonna.
going anywhere. We're gonna
I'm
be here
just
for a
telling you,
while.
like,
Yeah, this is gonna be a
I'm
while.
afraid for my life. I want you to know that. I am
Why
afraid
is that?
for my life. His family have never liked me. I'm the blue-eyed white devil, is what they call me.
And I wonder why. Blue-eyed white devil sounds just about right. At first I thought she was going to say blue-eyed white dragon, and I said, okay, Yu-Gi-Oh family. But no, blue-eyed white devil definitely fits more, as she did just take a life. And honestly, that is so sad when a family knows how dangerous someone is and tries to pull away their family member and they just can't for some reason. I know that's heartbreaking for them, but there's nothing they could do. From everything that we could see, they offered every out. They tried to take him away from her. They tried to convince him to leave her, and he would still go back to her every time she came to get him.
So they've never liked me. They've never taken me in. They've never accepted me. I'll put it that way.
Have you called any of them?
We talked to his daughters yesterday.
No, I mean, like, about this. Does
No.
anyone know? Okay.
That's
so
why
no one's gonna know until we will be making that notification. So
they're going
it's
to kill me.
okay.
Do
Well,
they live local?
Yes, they're down the road. They're going to kill me. His kids are going to kill me in Philadelphia. They're going to kill me. This was not intentional.
Okay.
And they're not going to understand that. They're not going to accept it.
She just admitted his kids are in Philadelphia. And now she's just saying that they're up the road. I think his parents are up the road. But she just said that his kids were going to kill her and his kids are in Philadelphia. Ridiculous already, right? So problematic. Again, she is asserting this as a fact. They are going to kill me. There is no proof that they have ever threatened her life. They beat her up once, but I have not heard anyone say that they said we are going to kill you or we want you dead. They want you away from George. You are the only one who has killed anyone here. But the thing is, she doesn't think she did. She's saying it was unintentional. But she is projecting that they will intentionally kill her. They will. It is inevitable, despite the fact that you did kill someone right now. You're completely glossing over that. You're basically calling them murderers and seeing yourself as a victim, and while completely ignoring the murder that you committed in front of your face. It's just one of the most disgusting acts I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, ever. To the day of someone died, blame that person's family and say they're coming after you. Because when they find out that their child is dead, the first and only thing they're going to be thinking about is killing you. Again, that's so self-centered, the idea that everyone needs to, must be, and are talking about her. Out of this world. She does not care that she is slandering everyone in that family by calling them all murderous killers that want her dead. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's the entire family. Forget that the brother did come to her aid and try to defend her one time. That doesn't matter. They all hate her. In her mind. So she's going to homogenize them and say, this is a whole group of violent murderers, and they're going to come after me because this wasn't intentional, and they're not going to accept that. Mind blown.
we're gonna do a thorough investigation, and we will definitely make sure that you don't feel scared when we leave here. Okay? When we
my
leave.
9-year-old.
Well, he's at school. He's with your husband.
I know. Well,
ex-husband.
Your husband said that, or your ex-husband said he made arrangements for your 9-year-old to be picked up.
Oh, okay, Mom.
Using the child as a prop again, and she's mad that yet again it falls flat, and no one is falling for this. No one thinks you're actually a good mother, and everyone has seen that the father is right there. No one is worried about that child, but you are still going to try to throw him around. No one thinks you are the one who is taking care of him in this whole dynamic. But you want to throw up there, look, I have a child, look, he's so young, just let this slide and protect me because I have to protect him because it's actually beneficial for me to be a parent now, so I'm going to throw that card as many times as I want, when an actually good parent would want their child as far away from this conversation as possible, would want to make sure that Brian is going to pick them up and that they will be okay. A good parent would say, please keep this away from them. Give them an excuse to where I'm not around for now, and then we can figure out how to explain this later, but I don't want this to affect him. If she could, she would have him in front of her right now and wave in front of the officers of, look, let me go, look at my pawn of a son right here. Doesn't this little face make you want to just let me go? It infuriates me every time. Because I know people like this. I know parents who use that. Train, you know them too. Let them know. Give me names. Who is it? I knew it was her. Him? Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go inside if that's okay.
Yes, please, but can you guys just keep me posted?
Of course.
So I know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't.
All you have to do is get their attention if you have a question or you need to talk to us. He's standing right there. She'll be right here.
Yeah. Okay, but will you guys tell me, like, so you're telling me you won't call whoever it is without telling me, right?
No.
I mean, I have all their phone numbers.
We're not calling. We're not making phone calls. We're actually going to speak to them in person.
Yeah.
We
That'll
are.
be later
They're
on.
going to. Okay.
It'll
You'll
be
know
later.
prior to us making any
I'm
contact.
not going to be here.
Okay.
They're going to kill me.
Okay.
Honestly, she probably would have been better off trying to flee the state, country, wherever, and then say that. I was fearful for my life, so I ran away. Oops, sorry. Honestly, probably would have been in a better position than she is now.
We'll address all of that, okay, before we leave. Okay?
This was.
Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Just stay seated, okay, Sarah? I know you're panicking, okay? Just relax. We'll come and talk to you. We'll keep checking on you.
That is not what it looks like when you are having a panic attack. Don't even try it. You are just scared shitless, and your heart rate is probably spiking because of that. She is pleading for them to care, and it just keeps falling flat, and she cannot believe it, so she keeps repeating it. They're going to kill me, they're going to kill me. If I tell you enough times, you'll have to believe me, because there's no way you would still give me that same face if you truly knew what was happening. And they do truly know what's happening, and that's why they're giving you that face.
They're coming out now. I'll get you somebody, okay? She wants to say something. She wants to talk. Come on.
Well, we're
You don't
here,
know
so
anything though, like why or how?
So
They said call them if you need them, if you have an emergency. You call them to say the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Mind-blowing to me. Again, this is how she asks questions. She asks the same thing again and again and again, and if you don't give her a different answer, then you didn't answer it, and thus you must hear it again.
we will not know the answer to that because we're not doctors. So what's going to happen is he's going to go to the medical examiner's office and he'll have what's called an autopsy. Yeah. That'll be first thing tomorrow morning. I'll know a lot, hopefully a lot more tomorrow morning as far as him. But I cannot, there's no way I could say how, why.
So just by looking at him, like, why is he purple?
She keeps asking why he's purple as though the answer is not obvious. And also, it just feels like detached, dehumanized a little bit for me, of just, why is he purple? It just seems like out of everything, that is the thing that's sticking out to you. I don't get why she's so hung up on this question. I think it's because she's hoping that that is a sign that it's some other medical thing and not just the standard thing that happens when someone loses oxygen for 12 hours.
Oh, that's normal when someone passes away. Lividity, turn.
as soon as the heart stops beating, the blood starts to settle to the lowest points of the body, and then it just becomes very pronounced. So that's just called a public bleed. It happens every night.
I'm like really scared. I want you guys to know that.
You have all these deputies here, so while we're here, nothing's going to happen to you. Before we go and make any notifications, you'll have plenty of time to leave or do what you need to do. Whatever you need to do.
She thinks she's being cute with that line, but maybe don't tell the cops that you're going to run after committing a homicide. Just maybe.
Okay? And we can talk about that more in length, but yeah, it's not going to be a surprise.
Real quick, and then, but like, I don't, like, this was totally, like, not intentional. Like, that's what I'm scared about too. Like,
Ding, ding, ding. Points for Slytherin. This is the question of the hour. This is the question she has been avoiding but has wanted to ask since moment one. She has wanted to tell them this is not intentional. So what's happening? Because she's saying, am I going to get arrested? Am I going to get in trouble? Because I'm telling you, I didn't mean to do this. This is what she's been getting around. So she has been redirecting with the cigarette, the water, the Dr. Pepper, the family. Everything around has been pushed away and surrounding this one question. She needs someone to tell her it is okay, that we do not suspect you, and that you will be able to leave after this is done. Which, for today, she will be able to leave. So I'm sure she was happy about that. But this is the question she has been trying to avoid asking the entire time. She has wanted people to give her assurances that even asking that is not necessary. And now she's there. And after she's not going to get the answer she wants, she's going to find even more people to blame.
We'll have all the answers. We'll have a lot more answers tomorrow after medical examiner looks at it. Like she said, what you're seeing here is common. This is us coming out to a scene. Yeah, his age, no real medical history that we know of. For him to have passed away, we come out and we do an investigation. Yeah. We come out and do an investigation. Medical examiner's office will be sending people out. This is what we do. If he was 75 years old and had a history of heart condition, we wouldn't be here.
I just don't know I don't know what it is.
Exactly. And that's what we're here to find out. We're just here to get the answers. The answers that you want, the answers that his family's going to want.
I just really want to see my son. Like, I really need to see my son.
Jesus Christ. She's just cycling at this point. She is cycling and spiraling. I don't know if he had medical conditions. I don't know if this is happening. Like, I just don't know. I need to see my son because this isn't working. So I need to cycle to the next plot point of I'm a mother. I just need to see my son. I'm just so freaking out because I need to see my son. If she were a single parent, completely understand. A good parent would just want her child to be safe. Not that she wants her child right there, knowing that would put them in a horrible situation. But you think it would benefit them. And here's the other thing. If the son was there and it actually looked worse on her, she would try to distance from the son then. And be like, oh, well, he's not over here all the time, just some of the times. But for right now, he's over here all the time. That's why I might not, be safe and anyone can come here at any time. But if they looked at her sideways, I know without a doubt she would say, well, he's not here that often, but I'm still a good mom because I don't want him to be around this. But I have no issue using him if it benefits me.
I mean, I know I can't go anywhere, but... Right. So do I just sit out here and wait for you guys?
If you would, yes, please.
Is anybody else having to show up, or everybody's here that needs to be here?
My team's here that needs to be here. The medical examiners will show up when we call them, but we're not ready for them yet. So they're going to take him, they're going to take some photos, take him, but that's towards the end of it. And they'll be called well in advance when we're ready for them, but we're not ready for them at this point. So we won't be calling them quite yet. Okay? So like I said, I got to go do some paperwork. They're going to chat with some people, and then we're going to come back and talk to you if you're okay with that.
Yes, please.
So just give us a little bit more time. Like I said, I need to go and do that, and he's going to go do
But do you guys tell his family, today or after tomorrow?
We have to. It's the law.
We have to go and make contact with the family.
Yeah.
They have to be notified.
Once our investigation is pretty much complete here, once we leave here, we will be going to...
But again, you'll know. I'm not going to just go and do it without you knowing. You'll know. We'll talk to you prior to doing anything like that.
But I understand what you guys and how you do it, and, but, what do you just tell him? What do you tell his parents? What's the reason he passed away?
We tell them what we know at that point.
Yeah, Chelsea, the lead detective, she is already over her. What are you talking about? Of course we tell them. Imagine it were reversed, Sarah. Imagine your son was murdered and they didn't tell you the day of. Would you want that? No, but it is such an inconvenience to you because you need to have control over the narrative. There's no narrative where this looks good for you. You want the police to say, it was an accidental death. We don't know what happened. We're still waiting for it. But no matter what, it was not Sarah. They were just playing a game and she accidentally fell asleep. So we know it wasn't intentional. So we'll find out later what it actually was. What? The parents would still blame you, as they should, because you were there and could have helped him and refused to and didn't. And so she wants them to lie for her, which is why she's saying my life will be threatened if you tell the truth, so that they will go there and say, well, we can't reveal everything because they're 100% going to kill her. I mean, she's telling us that they're going to do that. Again, I say this almost every video. She has no self-awareness. So it completely goes over her head how this comes off. They are not going to lie for you.
We tell them the truth.
And that we're going to be waiting for the autopsy results, and I will be at the autopsy in the morning, and hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think and see.
We'll give them their number. They can contact them and get it from them.
But yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what we're investigating, and that
they're gonna think I killed him.
Why would they think that?
They always have said that. They've always have said that.
Honestly, that is the wildest admission I have ever heard in my entire life. If I'm at a scene of a crime where someone is dead and I said their parents have always said that I was going to kill them, who on earth would say that? She's saying it to try to be like, look how irrational they are because I believe I've been manipulating you correctly to seeing me as a victim and that I'm a mom and that I would never do anything like this and that they're going to hurt me. And let me just reinforce that by saying they thought I was always going to do that, meaning they were always prepared to come kill me because they would think that I would do something like this intentionally, and I would never do something like this intentionally. Meanwhile, the police officers are like, excuse me? So other people think that you are capable of murder, specifically of murdering the specific person who is dead in front of us right now? Okay.
What have they
I
said?
told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because
So it was Blue Eyes White Dragon. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh!
they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I have encouraged him numerous times to go over there and see his family.
I bet. This is a little warning flag for me as well. I've seen in many abusive cases where the possessive partner is like, well, I've always encouraged them to go out and have friends, encouraged them to go see their parents, while also isolating them at the same time in order to reinforce, I'm the only one who's here for you, actually. Why would you go over there with them? They don't even want us together. That means they don't have your best interest at heart because I'm the only one who does. So, I don't buy that for a second.
They've never accepted me, and I have always been really unforgiving over there, where they've never accepted me, and everybody in his family has threatened to kick my ass, so especially his sister. He had to pull her off me one time.
I would have paid money to see that beat down. She's saying that they aren't forgiving of her. To forgive someone, they have to forgive an offense or a fault or something you did. Let's just say, I don't know, attack the father for not wanting to hug you or touch you or anything. And as we've learned, she is very touchy-feely with officers, people in bars, everyone around, property managers, assistants, everyone who has interacted with her when she is in a very loose setting has said that she is very touchy, does not care about boundaries whatsoever. So they need to forgive her when she crosses those boundaries. And she even says they have threatened to beat her up. That's not threatening to kill you. That's threatening to beat you up, which they are very much in the right for doing or justified in doing. So, it's just annoying. Wait, does her shirt say, is ugh an emotion? Oh my God. That encapsulates everything about her. Is ugh an emotion?
Do you have somewhere safe that you can go tonight?
Both my parents are deceased, my grandparents are deceased, my aunt and uncle are deceased. I got nobody. I have a brother that's in the Marines, and I've got another one that's in jail.
Unless the brother that's Marines, is he local?
No.
Now, that is a little sad, and I can hold empathy for her for that. And it may actually explain some of these behaviors. She's lost her parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. So it seems like she's kind of desensitized to death in general. especially death of a close loved one. And I don't truly believe she loved George as much as she says she does. So it makes more sense why this isn't affecting her as much. And that could be a reason why she went down an alcoholic road so easily, because she didn't have other people like George's family to pull her away. And maybe she turned to alcohol to kind of numb all of those things and then just got lost in it. And then you're in this cycle of a lifestyle you can't break. But because you've been through so many things in life, you can justify, well, because of what I've gone through, it's okay if I do this. And because I don't have anyone else, it's okay if I do that. But unfortunately, that kind of leads to disastrous outcomes like this. Not necessarily murder, but harm to yourself or your life due to the lifestyle that you have allowed to happen because of the trauma you've experienced.
Well, he in Altamont, but I think he's doing whatever Marine thing he's doing. But the only way...
Your phone's inside, correct?
Yes.
Does he have a phone?
No.
He doesn't have a phone.
He used my phone.
He uses your phone.
Yeah, we did it
share
together.
phone.
So...
He uses my phone. Just another example of control that she had over the relationship. In the other body cam footage that we reviewed from June 18th, 2019, he didn't even know his parents' phone number because they were in Sarah's phone.
No.
It's alright, babe. George, give me your mom's and your father's
Just
number.
Sarah,
I don't know it. You don't know it? She knows. Sarah knows.
So he didn't even have a way to call for help in this relationship.
The only place I could go is over to Brian's house. So I don't think he'll have a problem with it. Okay. So.
And the thing is, she knew that from minute one. She knew that she could go over to Brian's because she admits that she, quote unquote, flees over there all the time. She knew she could go to Brian's, and she made all of this big commotion about, I have nowhere to go. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. I have nowhere to go, to try to elicit more sympathy and to get them to want to care more. And now that they're not doing that, and they're like, do you have any options? She's like, well, maybe I can stay with Brian, and then lets it slip. I know he won't have an issue with that. And you knew that from the start.
Well, like I said, we're not going to leave here. If you do not feel safe, you're not going to leave here with you not feeling safe, because then we're liable.
And then his ex-wife in Philadelphia.
Well, she's in Philadelphia, but yes.
There's going to be a funeral.
Oh my God, the audacity to even center yourself when referencing... Train, I am shook too. The audacity to actually center yourself when referencing someone else's funeral and then saying the ex-wife is going to do you harm. This is just mind-blowing to me. My homegirl Train, she is not having it with any of this. She can smell BS too. Also, the audacity to think that you would be invited or allowed at the funeral of the boyfriend you murdered is beyond me. I can't imagine those words coming out of her mouth. How do you think that you would ever be anywhere near that funeral? Definitely not welcome there. You caused it. You caused the reason for this to happen. If you show up at the funeral, they deserve to beat your ass. That's just a fact. And I don't think even the cops are going to get upset over that one. So she keeps piling on these what-if scenarios to try to make her life seem in more danger. I could lose my life. I could lose my life, officer who is here to investigate a murder. Prioritize me, please.
Right. That you're talking like days and weeks. No, I'm talking right here, right now. So let me do my investigation. Let me go do this paperwork that I'm talking about, because we can go back and forth about what ifs like all day long.
I know, sorry.
I promise we're not going to leave here for you and you not feel safe. Okay, I promise.
Please. Okay. It's just, I don't even know what to tell you.
She's asking, what do I need to say to get you to care about me in this situation? And there is nothing you can say.
It's okay. Just take a seat, have some water, give us a few minutes, let us do our thing, and we'll be back to talk to you, I promise, okay?
Like you said, you need us again, just let them know.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
that is Sarah's February 24th, 2020 crime scene body cam footage. I'm so sorry for all the commentary. For anyone who made it this far, I hope you enjoyed. I just had so many thoughts and opinions. And just prepare yourself. This is going to be similar when we get to the interrogation because I just have so many comments and thoughts and things to say, rage, ramble about. This gave us a clear picture of her priorities on that day. She did not prioritize George whatsoever. I don't think she said a single concerning word about him. She had questions about why he looks this way. She never asked if he was in pain or anything. Didn't care about that. What she did care about was her getting water, her having cigarettes, her saying that the family's going to come after her saying that the ex-wife is going to come after her using her son as a prop, her calling the property manager and telling them whatever she wants to tell them. Oh my God, these kids yelling down the hall. Child, I don't say beat your kids. I'm just saying I like to let you fill in the blanks sometimes. But yeah, so this was good to revisit and learn a lot more background knowledge. The male body cam footage was really shocking to me and kind of painted even more of a picture of how desperate she was to drink water, how she even planted earlier that she was, quote, a dead woman because of his family for playing hide and seek, not even acknowledging for the death of their child family member. It was because we played hide and seek, that's why they're going to kill me. Not because he died. She doesn't care about that even in the slightest. She cares more about her dogs. She showed more emotion and compassion and understanding to the location of her dogs than she did to the death of her boyfriend, meaning he means less than dogs. And while that may not be the truth, it's what she showed with her actions. All right, thank you for this one. And thank you for all the support. 1 month ago from today, we had 64 subscribers, and now we just hit 2,800 last night. So my mind's blown every single day. Thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoy this crazy ride in Sarah Boone's Wonderland. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike if you're feeling it. Until next time.